On the net, legends, true origins, and lost chapters of our favorite series do not stop appearing. And Edd, and Eddy is no exception. You had been asking us for a long time to tell you about the Purgatory theory. So get ready to never see this animated series in the same way again. The theory states that the characters in the series are dead and their souls are wandering in purgatory. Purgatory is a religious concept in which it is believed that the person who has died still needs a purification to cleanse himself of his sins and thus be able to access heaven. It all started in the neighborhood, which did exist in real life. It is said that the characters died at different times due to various illnesses or accidents. And it is in Purgatory where everyone agrees and where the adventure that we can see in the series take place. They don't remember what their lives were like before they died, but many internet users have launched their theories online. Rolf was the first to arrive in Purgatory in 1903. He was the son of a shepherd and cared for animals on a farm. But one day, a bull got upset and killed some of the cattle, and Rolf, trying to contain it, died. He took with him to Purgatory all the animals that the bull killed. Knowing this, we can understand the hard-working nature of this character. Then Johnny came. He lived on the same farm as Rolf. Since there were no more children there, an imaginary friend named Plank was created, with whom he had many adventures. But in 1922, unfortunately, the little boy died after a long fight against tuberculosis. He took Plank with him to Purgatory and also became a good friend with Rolf. Next was Eddy. He was born in New York but moved to the neighborhood when the Great Depression was at its height. He always tried to stay in high society with his family, although his plans were cut short in 1939 when he died in a river trying to escape from some children he had cheated. Sarah and Ed arrived later in 1953. They were the children of a dead soldier, and their mother, in order to try to raise her children, was very absent from her day-to-day work. That's why Sarah felt very responsible for Ed when her mother was away, which gradually turned into a very controlling attitude. On the other hand, Ed was very kind and quiet. He isolated himself from everyone and only paid attention to the monster movies and comics that came out after the war. They both died in a car accident while their mother was taking them to see their grandparents. Nazz was the daughter of two hippies and considered herself a free spirit. But unfortunately, in 1979, a serial killer entered her house at night and killed the girl and her parents. 10 years later, Ed, who was the son of one of the most brilliant scientists of the time, would arrive in Purgatory. The young man inherited high intelligence from his parents and was often pressured by them to be top of his class. In 1989, while testing one of his experiments, a leak caused a huge explosion. The house was blown up and Ed and his parents were killed instantly. Later, Kevin arrived. He was born the day Ed died, and is in many ways his opposite. He had a very hard childhood. They didn't treat him well at home, and that made him adopt an abusive and petty attitude towards other children. In 1999, he died on the way to the hospital after being hit by his father. In Purgatory, his attitude remained the same, but here, his father was different. He pays him more attention and showers him with gifts. The last one to arrive was Jimmy. At a very young age, he was diagnosed with leukemia and died of this disease. His parents always overprotected him, to the point that they preferred him not to leave the house to avoid getting worse. He lived out his days in a small room, completely isolated from the outside world. However, they could not prevent the little boy from dying in the year 2000. As for the Canker sisters, it is said that they don't come from the neighborhood of Earth. Rather, they are daughters of demons, not unlike the succubi of human mythology. They possess abilities like instantly appearing anywhere. They were sent from hell to torment the tortured souls of the neighborhood. They are attracted to the Edds for unknown reasons, but it is speculated that since these boys are the weakest, they see them as easy targets. What do you think of this theory of the series Edd, and Eddy? Did you know it? If you know more origins of series as murky as this one, leave them to us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!